There is one thought that, once you truly understand it, quietly changes the way you see your entire life. Not instantly, not dramatically, but deeply. It doesn't scream motivation or promise success. Instead, it slips into your mind and slowly rearranges everything you thought was fixed. Most people never hear it at the right moment. Others hear it but don't let it sink in. And that's why they keep living with the same fears, the same pressure, and the same silent exhaustion. The thought is this: most of what controls your life is not reality, it's interpretation. We walk through the world reacting not to what actually happens, but to the meaning we assign to it. A look from a stranger, a delayed message, a careless word, a mistake you made years ago, none of these have inherent power. The power comes from the story you tell yourself about them. And once you see that, something shifts. Think about how often your mood changes without anything real happening. You feel heavy, anxious, or empty, and you search for a reason. You assume something must be wrong with you or your life. But in many cases, nothing external has changed at all. Only your inner narrative has. Your mind quietly decides, this means I'm failing, or this proves I'm not enough, or this will never get better. And just like that, a single thought becomes an emotional reality. What's unsettling is how automatic this process is. You don't consciously choose most of your thoughts. They appear fully formed, convincing, and urgent. And because they feel real, you treat them as truth. You argue with them, defend them, or surrender to them without questioning where they came from. Over time, this creates a life shaped less by your actions and more by your unexamined beliefs. The moment that changes everything is when you realize that a thought is not a command. It's not a prophecy. It's not even a fact. It's a mental event, temporary, imperfect, and often biased. Just because your mind says something doesn't mean you have to obey it. Just because a thought feels true doesn't mean it is. This realization alone can loosen the grip of fear, shame, and self-doubt that many people carry for years. This doesn't mean life suddenly becomes easy. Problems still exist, pain still happens, loss, uncertainty, and failure don't disappear, but your relationship with them changes. Instead of being swallowed by every emotion, you begin to observe it. Instead of believing every thought, you pause. And in that pause, something powerful happens. You regain choice. Most suffering comes not from events themselves, but from resistance, from believing that life should be different than it is right now. When you stop fighting reality in your head, you conserve an enormous amount of energy. That energy can then be used to respond instead of react, to act instead of freeze, to live instead of constantly defend yourself from imagined threats. There is a quiet freedom in understanding that you don't have to solve every thought that appears in your mind. You don't have to win every internal argument. You don't have to figure everything out right now. You can let a thought pass without turning it into a conclusion about your worth or your future. This is not avoidance, it's clarity. People often search for meaning, purpose, or motivation, believing they are missing something crucial. But sometimes the shift isn't about adding anything new. It's about removing the false assumptions you've been carrying. The belief that you must always feel confident. The belief that everyone else has it figured out. The belief that one mistake defines you. Once these loosen, life feels lighter, not perfect, but more honest. The thought that changes everything is simple, but uncomfortable. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that notices them. And when you live from that place, you stop being dragged through life by every fear and expectation. You start moving with it instead. Not numb, not detached, just grounded. And maybe that's what changes your life. Not a breakthrough, not a miracle, but the quiet realization that you don't need to fix yourself. You need to stop believing everything your mind tells you. From that moment on, life doesn't become easier. It becomes clearer, and clarity changes everything.